Hi. For Banned Books Week, I chose The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. This book has been challenged for many years due to controversial topics such as profanity, alcohol, and cigarette references, and sexuality and sexual identity. I chose a quote that has been seen as questionable, but has also had positive aspects and shows how this book teaches readers valuable lessons. And the quote I chose is said by the 16-year-old boy who is the main character in the book. And he says, "The trouble was, that kind of junk is sort of fascinating to watch, even if you don't want it to be. For instance, that girl that was getting water squirted all over her face, she was pretty good looking. I mean, that's my trouble. In my mind, I'm probably the biggest sex maniac you ever saw. Sometimes I can think of very crummy stuff I wouldn't mind doing if the opportunity came up. I can even see how it might be quite a lot of fun in a crummy way. And if you're both sort of drunk and all, to get a girl to squirt water all over each other's face or something. The thing is, though, I don't like that idea. It's sick. It stinks. If you analyze it, I think if you don't really like a girl, you shouldn't horse around with her at all. And if you do like her, then you're supposed to like her face. And if you like her face, you ought to be careful about doing crummy stuff to it, like squirting water all over it. It's really too bad that so much crummy stuff, it's so much a lot of fun sometimes. Girls aren't too much help either. When you start trying to not get too crummy, when you start trying to spoil anything really good. I knew this one girl a couple of years ago that was even crummier than I was. Boy, was she crummy. We had a lot of fun, though, for a while, in a crummy way. Sex is something I don't really understand too hot. You never know where the hell you are. I keep making up these rules for sex for myself, and then I break them right away. Last year I made a rule that I was going to quit horsing around with the girls that deep down gave me a pain in the ass. I broke it, though, the same week I made it. The same night, as a matter of fact. I spent the whole night checking with a terrible phony name, Anne Louise Sherman. Sex is something I just don't understand. I swear to God I don't. So in this book, clearly, the main character talks about a lot of things that a lot of teenagers and just people in general can relate to, such as like struggles and mainly things that teenagers go through and finding yourself and stuff like sex and alcohol. And they're things that are brought up in everyday life and people see no matter what. So they're not things that they'd only find out from this book. And it's seen as questionable and controversial and that it shouldn't be used in schools, but I don't see a problem with it. And personally, I love the book and I learned a lot of valuable lessons from it. So I don't think it should be banned.